Hello everyone, welcome to the JFK Memorial Coliseum for today's matchup between the Manchester Queens and the Lebanon Raiders. My name is Kyle Heavey from Manchester Public Television. Glad to be with you on this Tuesday afternoon, and a Happy New Year. And along with me up here in the press box is Mr. Rich McDonough. Coach, this is great to see you again. Obviously, it's been since the last year since we've called the games.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year to you as well, and we got a heck of a game on our hands today. Yeah,
we do. The Raiders, Lebanon, LSK Raiders come in here 1-1. They waxed Souhegan 10-0, and they lost, to a good Pinkerton team 0-2 on the 19th. So they're 1-1, and the Queens, they're 1-2. They've lost to Pinkerton as well. They got whitewashed 9-1. But they did beat Brinity. They lost to Brinity, but they also beat Souhegan. So two teams with some things in common here. Good skaters for LSK visiting, and let's see how it goes today, buddy.
Well, glad to be back up here, and obviously I was talking to some of the girls, and they didn't really get a chance to practice during vacation as the Brian C. Stone Memorial Christmas Hockey Tournament was going on here at the JFK. So,
but I tell you, right out of the gate, Olivia Pollard looks like she's practiced. She's got 2 shots on cage, and the second one goes just wide and into the goal of Gilroy, who's a solid goaltender. And immediately at the 14:35 mark, it is now 1-0 for the visiting Raiders.
I think that puck possession is going to be a huge part of this game, Coach. I think that what Manchester needs to do is make sure that you can cleanly get the puck out of the zone and keep possession, because these Raider girls seem to be pretty strong when it comes to certain areas, including skating.
Yeah, I was watching some of their skating and warm-ups. Obviously, I'm an old goalie, so I watch goaltenders, which means I also have to watch skaters. But they've got some real good, smooth skaters on their first and second lines in particular. Let's see how it develops the rest of the way. It could be one of those deals where the second lines make a big difference.
And well, I know obviously Manchester has a quality second line with the Rileys, so we'll see if that is a big picture.
Yeah, we like the Riley line.
The Riley line is certainly fun, and obviously defense is going to be a huge factor. With we'll see what Kelly can do, and Elizabeth Kelly, and a shot there.
All right, one of the girls I was watching earlier is 27, Sophia Lee, who just won a nice boards battle and got it into the corner, and LSK maintains possession early. Packed in pretty tight are the Manchester Queens, looking to keep, I think, some of those dynamic skaters and shooters from LSK, the Raiders, off the board, or it's certainly off their goaltender, Gilroy. And like I said, as an old goalie, I surely appreciate that from a defense. And I was a lacrosse guy, but I also tried some hockey.
Kept in the zone for Lebanon, and finally it gets it out, but it's still in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Back in it, and that's Elizabeth Kelly will get the puck, tries to get it past her player, and it does.
Yeah, and here's McNally. She's a really good skater, top shelf. She can also shoot top shelf. But she gets robbed early by the Raiders, who are wearing those beautiful burgundy and gold unis. I'm an old Washington football fan, so I like burgundy and gold anytime I see it. Not lately.
Well, I get to go to the Patriots game on Sunday, and
all right.
Boy, that's going to be an interesting one for sure.
All right, picking it up there is Mackenzie Ray. She tries to get it through net, goes through the slots, and goes across, but kept in nicely by number 13. That's Olivia Pollard right there, who's one of the team captains. Yeah.
Obviously, 25 seconds in with
Pollard,
a lead.
She's smart. She tucks it down the dasher and gets it into the corner where they maintain possession. And these long possessions just gas you as a defender and certainly make you scratch your head as a goalie. But it's clear that the LSK Raiders can skate. And now doing the deed again is McNelly. And she's off to the races. She splits two defenders, gets it to the right slot, and it's out. They sandwich her, take the puck away, and down their own left side come the Raiders, looking to get it into the neutral zone. A little bit of dump and chase trying to happen. Doesn't happen, but it's tied up against the board. What a crowd scene. And backing off there is number 11. That's Lily Hogler, who's one of our team captains for Lebanon as well. And they finally get it free and into the corner. And wearing number 19 today, unadvertised, not on the roster, but we've had shifting rosters, kind of the story of December and now into January. Try to feed topside, gets through, and goes to the Queens.
Manchester just got new jerseys as well, so that's why it's a little difficult to figure out the numbers today. And Coach Levine has already promised that she will work her best to make sure that doesn't happen. And we got an offsides there.
Well, I think we might have to take Cassie Levine, the coach, to coffee or something like that and get the real skinny. Here comes our first open face-off of the day, just outside of the blue line, far away from our camera here. It goes easily over to the Raiders, and they circle it around and cycle it down to the left side of the dashboards. Nice feed into the slot to the waiting Hogler. Can't hold on to it, but hold on to it do the Raiders. Throwing it to the net and getting it right into the glove is Jamie Webster. She takes it on the wrist there, and she's hurting, Kyle. You can see her still in some sort of discomfort.
Another Manchester Queen gets hit with a shot. So.
Right, and Abby Oak had one that was just staring right at her there off the rebound of Gilroy, and this time Gilroy gets it in the glove and freezes it up at the 10:39 mark, down 1-0 with the face-off to come to her left and to the right side, far side of the camera screen, and we get a little bit of a substitution going on here.
Grace Manning, Elizabeth Kelly out there, as well as Riley Page.
Yeah, Riley Page.
But we need two more players, though.
Pint size, but awesome is Riley Page. I like watching her play the game.
Face-off won by Lebanon.
That's a great poke away right there by McNelly. Again, talk about somebody with a really good game. McNelly sure has one. Nice job there by Kelly, one of the go-to defenders for the Queens.
Centering feed, and a great job right there by McNelly to kind of lift that stick so it wasn't a quality shot, but now sent down the length of the ice, and it will be an icing.
Can we honor Doc Emmer one more time, since where it becomes an icing?
Well,
10-12, 1-0 here.
Coach Demers doing a good job of the doors, giving the girls some insight when they come out on the bench. So
yeah, we got a good referee crew here today. Lots of experience with Paul Getson and Mike Murray here. Getson, he must have been a goal scorer with a name like Getson, huh?
Gets it in.
I'll tell you, speaking of gets it in, the Raiders have shown some real prowess at keeping the puck alive in their own offensive zone. And skirting it over to the left side corner is Olivia Pollard. She's one of the team captains, number 13. Watch her. She's a good skater and clearly also a good stick handler. Wheeling around behind the cage is Mirabella Orland, number 7. She pops it out to Pollard again, who feeds it back to the corner. Pollard waiting at the gate, can't shut it down this time. It's going to go through, and it won't be an icing because she had that opportunity, and I think she deflected it with the heel of her stick. But winning another puck battle are the Raiders.
Now, Manchester picks up a loose puck, and now it's in the zone. In front, can they get a shot? And a save.
Andy Lindquist. She gets into the butterfly at 9:14, preserves a 1-0 lead in the first period, and we got wholesale fire drill changes going on here. Get your next lines in. Again, 9:14 in the first. Early on, we saw our goal scorer was Olivia Pollard. What was it? It was the 14th, only 25 seconds into the game. And she got one by the goalie on her second shot of the game. And we're headed to 9 minutes in the first frame with the hometown Queens down 1-0. But a little bit more time on the in their offensive zone on this possession here, Kyle.
And they've really done a good job of stopping the puck from being cleared out of the zone. It's really putting the pressure on the Raiders.
A little bit of forechecking helps that, but now we've got a little bit of a mini breakaway, but the Queens get back.
Oh,
and
skating
with some
around,
speed.
tries to go short side. Still a fight right now, not covered up just yet. Chloe's trying to do everything that she can to get it away from her crease.
Well, Sarah Foreman showed some real good blades right there, got on her edges and really picked up the pace as she came across to Gilroy. Couldn't get it in. But once more, the Raiders are really good at keeping this puck in the offensive zone.
Popped up in the air, and I got to say, Mirabella Orland looks very dominant on her with her skating and ability to move the puck around.
All right. And a great 3-syllable name, Mirabella. No, it's 4 syllables. I haven't been good at math since I was a bartender years ago.
Well, it seems to be the name of the game with any color commentators. You can't be good at math.
And that's a good job there by Riley Page to get the puck up the left side boards and throw it into the corner so their team can get a line change. And we have an offside quickly. A little over-eager.
Yeah, she's even seeing that right there.
Yeah, you can see Lily Hugler, number 11, there smiling and pointing to herself there. And I don't know, I coached for years, Kyle, and I just love seeing the smile. Own it.
Into the zone. Wow, what an opportunity right there by Sophia Lee.
All right, and collecting the puck outside the blue line there is Maisie Angles, number 20 for the Raiders. Good toss in right there. That's smart by Webster. You know, get a little bit of a breath because here come the Raiders again. And she back
4-on-3. Shot there, just goes wide. Good bounce. Ooh, got lucky right there.
That one almost functioned as a long shot pass where you play the carom, and frequently you have a wide open near pipe on the rebound. But we're now already down to 7 minutes. It's 1-0 still, the visiting Raiders.
Hogler behind the net.
Yep. Fast-moving first period here. Very few stoppages so far. Nice job getting it up the dasher board. But look, all 3 Raiders who are in defensive position nearest the blue line are all back in the corner. And naturally, they win a 3-on-1. They're going to win that every time.
Coming through the middle. Look at
Riley Page can skate. Nice job. And here comes Page all alone, but shutting it down across ice is Phoebe Ballard coming in, tracking her down. But tracking that puck over there is Andy Lindquist.
They're saying play it. They did not blow the whistle as there was no one around. So
yeah,
we still got play on hand.
I mean, you don't want to freeze it if there's nobody threatening.
There was not a threat at all.
Yeah. That said, it was probably the longest hold I've seen in forever. All right, and they dump it across the blue line to the Raiders, looking to score. And Gilroy gets down and into the butterfly as Abby Ock, number 21, tries to fire it down the right slot, looking for a rebound. No dice because Gilroy got on top of it in a hurry. 6:01 in the first period here. The Raiders from LSK, Lebanon-Kearsarge-Stevens. What was the one school that was represented?
Scenic Valley as well, the Royals. So
wasn't that a first for them?
Yes, it
grabbing
was.
So that's
why I'm trying to. We'll figure out who that player is in no time.
That's a terrific save by Gilroy. Got her paddle on it and knocked it out to the side. And coming up with the puck is Riley McNelly, the great skater there. Gets it up to Webster, and she's met by a host of defenders for the Raiders, who then take control and get it up the left side nearest the camera. Off to the races comes Mackenzie Ray, looking to get to corner. Great checking by Riley McNelly. She makes it all happen over and over again.
And look at she's 2-on-1 right now and is able to use the energy to try to keep it going. But
yeah, no interference there. Could have called it, but she gives McNelly gives her a chuck to remind her that who's the team captain there. Throwing it in. Nice job again is Olivia Pollard. This girl's got game. That's why she's wearing the C on her sweater. But it gets outside the blue line, across the neutral zone, and back into defending ice. Great skating right there by Pollard. She's fast. Look at her wheel and deal. Goes through backhands. Can't find the left side of the post. And Gilroy's breathing a sigh of relief over there, but it goes to the corner where we have a chase on. Nice puck. You don't want to get it too close to the middle, so that was a good job by McNelly one more time. She's a heady player.
Wasn't called an offsides on Mackenzie Ray as she touched the puck before she was trying to get back to the blue line. But I got to say, for Manchester, they got to be happy with just being down 1-0 so far. Obviously, we've been emphasizing how good of a skating this Lebanon squad is. But for the Queens, they got to be pleased that they've had a couple shot opportunities, and for the first, what are we at, 11 minutes of this game, that they're doing all right.
Well, it's so much time of possession from the burgundy and gold there. But, yeah, so the Queens do have to breathe a sigh of relief. And now you got the Manning and Kelly D-line in there, 11 and 6. They're good players.
Offsides was going to be the call before the Raiders realized what was going to happen, and now there's going to be an offsides on Manchester. So
yeah, Webster.
Neutral zone, not our friend right now for
no
either
need
team.
To call it, obviously. Yeah, some good collision right there nearest the Queens bench there, and they all give a little pat on the with the heels of their sticks. They like the physicality as well. You're wearing helmets and pads. You're not wearing them for nothing. Good job by the Queens. And looking to fire it in traffic is Ella Danahy, number 22. It takes a wicked carom, finds its way back up the slot, and all over it is Gilroy. One more time, yet another save. She might be headed for double digits again. I think we had that a couple weeks ago, Kyle.
Certainly did, and I think that from the way this is going, she might have at least 25 saves at the pace that we're going.
Well, didn't she have 38 when we called them?
She did,
yeah.
So
that was impressive. All right, for the face here is McNelly. Old reliable, but great job. A little bit of a pad save, and it hits the pipe. Old goalie here. That iron is your best friend at times, unless you hit it with your knee.
Yeah, that's your enemy.
Look at that nice rotation in by Pollard coming down the slot. She finds it on her blade, can't get it through, and Gilroy stops yet another one.
Smart move, hit off the boards behind her, bounced right to her, and she was like, no, I'm not chancing this. I'm going to just cover it up, and we're going to get a face-off with 3:24 to go.
No, better there they are than there they go.
It's true.
All right,
Bouncer,
yeah, Angles couldn't get her stick on the ice cleanly enough, but it goes into the corner. And, I mean, they're such good skaters, a good possession team here. And there's Sarah Foreman again. We talked about her earlier, and she's very good with that stick. Keeps it on the ice, keeps it smooth so she doesn't have to knuckle it anywhere. Wow, great reactions there by Gilroy. Gets flat and pancakes this one. Nice job, goalie to goalie. I'd say props to Ms. Gilroy out there. We're under 3 now, Kyle.
Yeah, Sarah Foreman, though, was all over the place. Was definitely like the point guard for the Raiders on that. She was able to get the puck in the corner. She was out in front when it went over to the defenseman. She's definitely has an eye for reading the puck well.
All right, and Hogler wins this faceoff versus McNelly. It comes into the top of the high slot. Great pad save, but a rebound! And that goes to Lily Hogler at the 2:48 remaining in the first period. And
not much you can do. That was a juicy rebound.
It was a great save.
It was as juicy as a grape was, and it was just can't say no to it. And
that's an old car sales term for an eager customer, is a grape. Anyway, so that makes it 2-0 in the first period, visiting Raiders up and having a barrage of one ice time and consequently a bunch of shots. Not a whole lot Gilroy could do about that. Again, as we discussed, Kyle, she made a heck of a save.
Yeah, it was a great job from the shot from really the defender, and it just hit right off of her pads. And Lily was there to just say, thank you very much. I'm going to celebrate with my friends.
Right. All right, Marino comes out. She gets it outside the blue, can't hang on the puck. She gets it back, but only for the briefest moment in time. And she finds wearing number 9. I don't know who that is. We don't have updated rosters. We'll see what we can do.
We'll be good for for next game for sure.
Again, we got to take Coach to coffee, and that deflects off of somebody. So no, that'll be washed out there. Nothing doing, and we're under 2 with 2-0 to score. And the Queens find themselves down under a ceaseless barrage from the Raiders' offense.
Line change for the Lebanon squad, so now they got some fresh legs, and Manchester's struggling there. They're going to turn over the puck in their defensive zone.
And there's Abiok ridden out nicely by McNelly. There's no downside in her game, Kyle. She's good. And now here she attacks the puck behind the net. Gets a swat on it, can't get it outside.
Try to go for that home run pass.
She was looking for Paige, who was scooting up the ice. Oh, and that one ricochets off the left pad of Gilroy, and it finds its way into the back of the net there.
No one really knows how that went in. They're not celebrating.
Yeah, and Olivia Pollard looked like she was claiming credit for it. Yep, she's holding up the finger, and that'll be her second. If, in fact, they give it to her. It hit a lot of skates and boots and blades, so we'll see what happens.
Well, the referee has to talk to Mike Murray. He's over there talking to the Lebanon coaches, trying to figure out who was on that line.
Well, I tell you, those are the ones where you want to give somebody who's on the third line credit for the ricochet. And we got offsides
right there, and really. Mays Angies did not know what to do. She was trying to get the puck and send it down from beyond the blue line. Unfortunately, she hit it into the blue line, and
in under a minute now. Again, this is really working fast. This game is great puck control there by Mackenzie Ray. Can't get it through and into somebody's stick on the other side of the slot, but it's buried in the corner, and that is where they have been dangerous, folks. And wheeling around is Sarah Foreman. She has been deadly on her skates. And a big snapshot from the top of the right slot is the captain. That's Phoebe Ballard. And she gets on the board, and it's becoming an avalanche here. No reference to Colorado, of course. At 35.4 in the first, it's now 4-0.
A great 13 minutes of the game for the Queens, but it's been a tough last minute and a half, letting in some goals. And yeah, obviously, they're doing their best. It's been a couple weeks off since a nice shot right there. Gets her own rebound, another shot, but up to the challenges, Andy.
Yeah, Lindquist is very good. I watched her in warm-up. She tracks the puck really well. And as I used to tell my goalies when I taught them.
Offsides. You got to be better than that, Phoebe. you got to see that your teammates aren't getting back there as fast as you're skating. And it's just
release the puck.
Release it. You're 8 seconds on the clock. Obviously, you're hoping that the referee won't blow that whistle, but they did.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like it should be an intentional offside, so the puck should actually go on the other side.
All right, you're writing a letter to Gary Bettman then.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Gary, my boy. As time will tick off here.
Wow, what a first period for the Raiders, Kyle. That was a barrage.
They got to be happy with where they are right now, up 4 and through the first 15 minutes of the game. And a lot of Sophie Ballard obviously showed that she's quite capably one of the better players in the league for sure.
Looking good. I mean, she did a great job. That's why she's wearing a C.
That's true. Well, for Manchester, they know that they got to do some talking and communicating well to try to get the puck out of the zone quicker, but we'll take a break for the first intermission here. Rich McDonough and Kylie Heath for Manchester Public Television. The Queens down to the Raiders 4-0. We'll be back with more after this. 15 minutes back up on the board here, and we are ready for the second period here from the JFK Memorial Coliseum. Rich McDonough and Kylie Heavey for today's Division I girls ice hockey matchup between the Manchester Queens and the Lebanon Raiders. Coach, we had a chance to get these shots and all the information here for the first period, and certainly Lebanon outshooting Manchester by quite a bit.
Yeah, they outshot the Queens 13-5, and as we kind of saw, Gilroy faced a ton of rubber coming her way, and she, 13
saves.
shots, 9 saves, and then 5 for 5 on the other end was Andy Lindquist. And goal scoring, we had 2 goals out of Olivia Pollard in that period, and then goals by Hogler and the other captain, Phoebe Ballard. But just a barrage of shots, time of possession in the offensive zone, and it starts the same way as we get into period number 2 with the Queens down 4-0, and Gilroy makes her first save. My guess is it'll be the first of many.
Well, they put that as number 10 for saves on the day, as now she has 14 shots on her. And better way to start the period so far. Obviously, we got to hold off for another 7 seconds as Lebanon had scored just 25 seconds into the first period.
that was a blistering opening salvo there. But I've run out of fingers to count Gilroy's saves now, so I might have to go to take the shoes off and get on my toes.
Please no.
Can do.
We're going to keep it up here warm and happy as we can.
All right.
And now Lebanon obviously putting some pressure on. We have not had a penalty so far in this contest, Rich, which is, I thought, a very good thing, but a surprise at the same time.
Yeah, part of it is I think, you're watching Lebanon skating so quickly. They evade pressure, which means they avoid contact. And so we're not seeing as much physicality in this game as we probably saw a couple weeks back when we were here in this barn. So that's part of it. That's part of it.
Certainly I'm noticing the ice is brand new and a new sheet, but some spots the puck is just stopping. And other spots it's flying fast. So
well, I was down there on the ice there while the Zamboni was in action, and I always love watching that thing. But the edges, the corners, and along the gold at the dasher board there, it's very, very rough and chewed up. And I think it's going to stall some pucks. And, you kind of like that if you're the Raiders. And look how widespread their offense is. They get lots of space, throw the puck on net, goes to corner, misses the net, but it gets the corner, and Johnny on the spot are the Raiders picking it up. And they occupy every level of the offensive ice in their zone.
Got to get away from the front of the net, try to catch a pass, and not able to, but coming down, it's going to be an icing. I wasn't sure because it seemed like she had a chance in it, but, can't do much with what Paul Getson has to say.
Well, she had a little ice monster stub her skate blade when she's trying to get out of the blocks there, and I think she didn't get up to speed and couldn't get down there. If she had gotten down there, she was about 10 feet in front of the nearest defender. 12:50 left in the second period.
That was just a great job by Webster. Just wins that faceoff and gets it out of the zone.
Yeah.
She could score on the shot there. It's going to be held on to by Gilroy. So add another one. That's at least 11 saves.
Yeah, it's 2 this period, so she's up to 11, yeah.
Obviously, we've seen Jamie last year score off of the offensive face-offs in the offensive zone, and what she's doing in the defensive zone is pretty smart, too, just to get it away.
Sure.
Shot in the fire gets...
Well, and there's Pollard again. Very good IQ, throws it right into the pads. It gets a carom, goes to the corner. And chasing it down there is the very fast Abby Auk. We got to call her name a bunch of times in that first period. She's not on the board, but she does a lot of grinding kind of things. Picks up loose pucks, physical.
Every hockey team needs one of those.
You do. You have to. As an old Capitals fan, I was a big fan of Donald Brashear when they had their championship run back in 2018. And, of course, I am wearing the hat, Kyle, because it's been lucky for Manchester teams.
Well, start touching that, I guess, or something here. Because
there we go. I just rubbed the bill.
Let's see if Manchester can get out of the zone. We'll see if that starts the good luck. Because right now we're having this little issue into the corner behind the net now.
See how smart Pollard is? Just tucks it back into the corner so they can set up their offense and get it to slot. They get it to slot, but Gilroy's there. Still, you got traffic in front of Gilroy. You've got poised players who are relaxed. They are absolutely relaxed on offense, and they've got good rhythm, and that allows their really good skates to flow across the ice. Nice job.
Well, the first line for Lebanon is out here, and Sarah Foreman wins that faceoff. And now coming around it goes.
Watch number 17, Biff Maher, who just had the puck there when the whistle blew. I was watching her in warm-ups. Real quick, smooth skater. Be interesting to see what she does here.
Now trying to get it away.
And Maher's all over the puck, making me look good, making Coach Mack look good.
Try and just get away from anyone in maroon. Manchester gonna get the puck out.
And lurking back there is McNally. Can't keep the puck along the boards, but smartly dumps it into the corner, giving chases everybody, but it's mostly wearing burgundy as we wind down toward 11 in the second period. with the visiting Raiders up 4-0. And looking to strike there is Sarah Foreman. She gets it deep into the corner and changes direction, settles the puck down, throws it across into the right slot. Picking up the loose change there is Ballard, who got the last goal of the first period with only 35 seconds left on the clock.
Shot there, hits some skates, sticks, goes behind the net, and taken by Lebanon, who will try to bring it out and set something up again.
Yeah, and there's Foreman again. She, again, another player who's doing a lot of, never see it on the stat sheet.
Ooh, barely just takes an awkward hop at the very end. I thought Gilroy was going to cover it up.
Yeah, it was knuckling, and she couldn't, she could not corral the puck because it was knuckling, and it floated over, and then under her glove. And then finally wide, and she's probably crossing herself right now. But here comes number 17, Meyer, and skating with great speed, gets it going left to the slot, and it can't do. Off to the races come the Queens, but can't get away from the defensive line back there, and the Raiders get it back in. Here's Meyer. I bet she wants to dump it into the corner. No, she calls her own number and misses left. And another time that Gilroy's probably crossing herself.
That was a good clean shot too. This one, great block right
nice
there
paddle
by Elizabeth Kelly. Into the corner.
And there have been some rebound goals here, but Gilroy's tracking the puck real well. Nice with the catching glove there, but it knuckles away from her. But so far harmless into the right corner there, nearest the camera.
And back into the corner. We've gotten through the first 5.5 minutes without a goal here, Rich. So that's a win in some ways. But obviously the name of the game is to score goals. So that's what Manchester has to deal with. And now it's going to be an icing.
Well, the Raiders got one, 25 seconds into the first, right? And then it was pretty decent. It was a lot of time of possession for the Raiders, but they kept them off the scoreboard until the barrage really started happening, and they scored 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 48 seconds to close out the first frame, and here we are at 4-0 with 9 minutes left.
And
look at that
thing. Look at that roll. Unfortunately, it's going to go for an icing, so 9 seconds have gone off since the last icing, and now here we go again.
And once again, our guys wearing stripes today are Paul Getson and Mike Murray. I didn't meet them yet. A nice couple of guys, got plenty of experience.
Oh, for sure. They don't mind doing this at all. It's still part of the being around hockey.
I got my certification to ref lacrosse, and what do you want to do on a Sunday in spring?
Shot there.
Wow.
Jamie Webster with the best opportunity of the day for the Queens here.
By far.
And she might be a little upset that didn't go past the goalie, but it's.
Well, Andy Lindquist was locked in and got her glove on that one just fine.
And now a Lebanon player getting kicked out of the face-off. And she doesn't understand that she's been kicked out.
I think they went a little early. A few people are disappointed in that call. Wow.
That's what I was talking about, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Webster right out of the gate, did not waste a second.
And now she's putting some forechecks on, but it gets into the other way. And
sometimes the psychology of excusing a player from the dot makes you jump a little later, and Webster jumped a little, exactly on point. And that was another great look. So they've had their best 2 looks within a span of 20 seconds here, Kyle, as we are at 8:27 in the second frame.
And you could see that, I think, for Lebanon, they were trying to work on some things as well. As I was talking to the coaches, and moving the puck in the corners was one of the things that they were trying to deal with.
All right, Marr goes to the corner here. Eyes up like a great point guard, looking to create, dumps it up the slot, ricochets off of Gilroy, and gets outside wide off the dasher board. That's a Webster stick. You can't miss the power with her. And that's coming back down, and Gilroy's going to see it all over again at the 8:07 mark. Wow. Well, good goaltending, good defending, but it comes right back in your face. It's kind of it leaves you a little crestfallen at times.
Oh, certainly is. And Manchester obviously is not meaning to ice the puck. They just want to get out of the zone.
Good checking by Page, but it finds its way in and gets to the pillows of Gilroy, who remains a pretty solid wall today. And we're under 8 minutes. Again, it's Rich McDonough, Kyle Heavey, starting out 2024 in the barn here at JFK. It's good to be with you, man.
Yeah, end of the year 2023 with would be interesting to see how many games I end up finishing up with, as I had a fun Manchester Memorial alumni basketball game on Sunday. Yeah,
the holiday tournaments were a blast.
They were. Bedford, congratulations to you. You won in hockey, men's and basketball boys. Well, Bo Falcons won in the girls tournament. So a lot of action going on here in the city, and we're glad to be back here for 2024.
Right on. And off to the races come the Raiders. They've got some speedy players here, and there's Marr carrying it down the slot, and it goes top side of the goal and back to the left corner, and getting it, picking up the change, feeds it out to Pollard. Nothing doing, couldn't get that one to snap.
That was a great pass through the legs.
Yep.
And I was expecting her to get the hat trick on that.
Yeah, what I loved was on the rebound at the board, she wheeled around and had her eyes and chin up and looking up the slot and looking to create. Here comes Meyer again. Great way to get the pillows down by Gilroy. Excellent way to get from left to right, track that puck, and she clamped it off like a brick wall and then got the rebound too at 6:47.
Mackenzie Ray was right in front. She's got to be hurt, killing herself right now that she wasn't able to get it past Chloe Gilroy.
Well, yeah, and she's one of their starting forwards for good reason. Good stick, good speed, and clearly, aggressive. She's hunting the puck, which you got to love. Great snapshot there by Ballard. She's looking to draw even with the 2 goals with her teammate there, Pollard. Can't do with Gilroy's Johnny on the spot, and we're under 6:30 now. 4-0, the Raiders.
Set down in front, could be dangerous. Gilroy smartly just doesn't want to take a chance at that.
No, Mirabella Orland, nice. She threw it to net, got it off the pads, and here we got a goalie change here for the Raiders. Doing a good job was Andy Lindquist, but Christian Garcia comes in. She's number 30, instantly goes down to butterfly to warm up a bit. I've been the goalie who's gone in cold, and it's no fun.
Well, at least halfway through the game, kind of getting your shot and a goal there.
Picking that up. There's some seriously loose change by Lily Hogler there.
And that's her second of the day as well.
Yeah.
So we have a pair of Raiders that are looking to get a hat trick here. And with a 5-0 lead, they certainly have ample time with 6:08 remaining in the second quarter. Do the math, it's still 21 minutes. Manchester will take that faceoff. Webster was trying to get it through a lot of sticks and skates. Now trying to get it down the other length of the ice.
I got to tell you, there are times when it feels like the Raiders have 10 people on the ice. And that one finds the pads of Gilroy, and she didn't realize it, but it was stuck underneath her.
Yeah, referees definitely seem like they are just, if there's no one around, they want you to keep the puck moving.
Yeah, but they got dinner on the stove. All right, well, freezing it again is Gilroy at 5:33, down 5-0. Can't fault her play today.
So far, only 1 goal in this second period, so that's another win so far through the first 9 minutes, as that goal came at the 6:08 mark. So,
but the Raiders have shown, as they did in the last 3 minutes of the first frame, that they can score in bunches.
Well,
that's what time of possession will do for you.
Oh, just could not get to that puck, and it's going to get out of the zone, and Lebanon is going to have to come back, and she doesn't realize this is Maria Rivas.
And they clean it up there and out on the races. Look at McNelly. She is at a different level of speed, but the great checking from the back liners for the burgundy and gold there. And right on cue, Garcia gets her first save of the match at the 5-minute mark. Nice speed going down the right side. Dasher as Maisie angles there. Gets it in behind. Somebody gets dumped to the ice, and that's Maisie. She goes down, but she gets back up, gets control of it, but giving chase there is Riley Page. No shortage of hustle in that young lady.
Oh, she just loses the puck there.
Just got too far out in front of her, couldn't catch up.
Gets out, and now she takes a little dump there. She's got to be pretty tired at this point. They got to be looking to change lines as sooner or later. Elizabeth Kelly will get the puck behind the net and see what she does with it.
My favorite players were always, whether it's lacrosse. I coached girls and boys lacrosse for years, and CYO basketball. The little ones with the big hearts. Loved them. Loved them. Just go get it done. They find ways to get it done. Nice backside pass there from Meyer. And here comes the skating that I pointed out to everybody. Ooh, just goes wide off the back of her stick and ricochets into the corner where Foreman picks it up, wheels again. She's very good at turning away from backside pressure and resetting the stage, and off Gilroy's pads and looking to clean it up was Foreman. Can't do it, and it comes all the way down the ice where it becomes another icing at the 3:36 mark. Down 5-0 are the Manchester Queens, looking to do anything at all to just stop the onslaught here, Kyle.
The only time they were able to practice is 8 in the morning before they had public skate here and before the tournament started.
Ugh.
And that's a little tough on your school vacation week to want to wake up and practice.
Wow. What a great rising shot and snapshot by Meyer, who I pointed out in warm-ups looked really good, and that was a nice wrist. Rose up and top shelving it was Gilroy there, getting the glove on it.
Well, she gets rid of it this time, but lost in the skates, and now Manchester coming the other way.
Ballard lost that, but she gets back, cleans up her own turnover, and they get it back instantly. Good forechecking up there by Marino, and it gets frozen in the crease. And again, they try to hold it for a little bit of a change. Can't do it, and we're going to have a face-off to the right of Garza here, nearest and left of our camera, run by the multifaceted, multidisciplined Kyle Heavey, who's doing everything here today, except P2P.
That's all right. I don't mind. We have basketball after this to deal with. So.
Yeah, we got a great game on tap if you want to tap into Manchester Public Television streaming tonight or on cable. And it's Memorial hosting Trinity. Should be a good one.
City battles are always my favorite, so
gotta love it.
Can't miss that shot there. And Nevaeh Marno has looked phenomenal over the last few minute or so.
Yeah, I agree.
She's really done a great job of shots and really putting the pressure on Lebanon. A big hit right there. Stood up.
Thought we might get our first penalty of the game. Wow, coming a wrap around and getting across the goal mouth is that's Lily Hogler again. She's hunting down a Hattie. Can't get it. 2:30 and counting. And back on the Raiders. They get back on defense so quickly, Kyle. And here comes the speed we keep talking about. They have speed at every position. And it looks like their edges are just sharp as razors. Nice job by Gilroy fanning it out, getting in the butterfly and paddling it away. But here we come back down the ice after it's an icing at 2:15 and down 5-0. You hate it. It's just like, here it comes again. What are you going to do? But you got to lace them up and play.
I'm looking at some very exhausted Queens down below us. I'm watching
smoked.
them get off the ice here. And let's just say that Jamie Webster looks like she needs some Gatorade or something like that right now.
Yeah, transfusion of it.
And now we're getting, little Queen getting a little too excited about where to have her feet on the face-off.
Foreman wins another one, and here comes Meyer again. She gets to the puck first, wheels around, backsides her stick, takes it with the backside of her blade, gets it all tape, and now she's free, headed for corner. But Liz Kelly is right there to turn her away.
120 seconds left in the period, and Manchester is hoping to just give up this one.
And there's Danahy rotating over, number 22 in the burgundy and gold. Swatting it down to the ice is Foreman. Can't get a stick on it, so out it goes, but Foreman's back on the right side dot, right of Gilroy there. And it just seems like endless possession, like Beach Boys' endless summer. It's endless winter. Wonderful retreat skate there by Phoebe Ballard. Turns around, gets it up the dasher board, and back again we go to the corner. And Gilroy's going to be seeing burgundy all night long tonight.
Phoebe Ballard could have been charged with tripping there.
Could have been.
Felt like.
And I saw that one. lined up by Marr. She gets her skates on, snaps that puck as she's drifting to her right, which brings Gilroy back to her own left, and then that vacated the opposite pipe, and there it was, and she buried a beautiful snapshot right on that side. And Marr, with all the great skating, great hustle, at 1:13 left in the second, gets her first goal.
I feel like I jinxed it there, Coach, as I was saying how Manchester had only given up one, and now we'll see if the avalanche happens again. Shot on net, saved by Gilroy.
She's tough. She's very tough.
Nice poke check to get it out, and now some great moves here. We'll see if she sends it just deep down. She sends it on goal, and having to make that save behind the net. So,
well, Garza's showing me some chops in the goal on her end.
Well, you got to say the puck possession has been probably 85-15. I would say in this game.
It's an overload. Coffee's being served on the Lido deck, which is making the boat tip. And great skating, working inside and out, is Abby Ock again. When she's been on the ice, she's made it count.
I feel like Charlie Conway was making those same moves in the Mighty Duck movies, and that's so maybe Coach Levine will go for the flying V to start things off in the third period.
In my brief foray from lacrosse goalie to hockey goalie, I did wear one of those Jason masks, and I realized in retrospect that I was taking my life in my own hands, Kyle. Back to you.
Well, it's been a great second period, but 2 more goals for the Lebanon Raiders as they take a 6-0 lead. And we'll see what the third period can bring, if we're going to have running time or if the Queens can talk in this intermission break and get things changing. We'll get the shots and the assists and everything like that. Stay tuned for the third period here from the JFK Memorial Coliseum. Manchester Queens and the Lebanon Raiders. Back with more after this. Back with more coverage of Manchester Public Television's coverage of high school hockey here as the Manchester Queens and the Lebanon Raiders start the third period. Coach Richard McDonough and Kylie Heavey here with us, and we're going to see what's going to make or break this season in some ways for both squads, if they can keep this shutout here for Lebanon, or if Manchester can really put an assault on them over the last 15 minutes.
Well, I like what I've seen from the Raiders. When we opened up by talking about their skating, smoothness, and speed, their edges, their carving, the whole thing, it's really pretty hockey to watch. And they have 2, as you pointed out early on, they have 2 really formidable lines on offense, and they're all fast, they're all tough, and they can all stick handle. It's impressive to watch, and we are in running time, Kyle.
Yeah, I did notice that. Some reason I was drawing a blank if it was 6 or 7, so I was hoping it was 7 to really get these Queens a chance to have more ample time. But so far, puck possession has been in their offensive zone.
Overwhelmingly lopsided.
And so far, to see that it's been icing on Lebanon, and they obviously will be playing some of their stars might get a little bit more of a break here to start this third period.
But don't be deceived by the scoreboard. 6-0. Ms. Gilroy in the cage for the Queens has done a really, really good job between the pipes, and she has seen 30 shots come at her already in just 2 periods and has 24 saves. A number of them were heavy duty, heavy lifting, and I bet you she sees a few more shots right on cue, making me look decent. And she gets her pillows down to the ice and gets that one left and steered clear. But they can't, one more time, broken record almost, they cannot clear their own defensive zone, and it stays with the Raiders. And there's Mayer, number 17, going to corner. She was the only non-captain to get a goal with her smooth, fast skating style. Nice center to the high slot. And missing it is Olivia Pollard. She has 2 goals already. She was looking for a hattie. So Pollard and their other captain, Pollard and Ballard, they have the, not Ballard, is Lily Hagler. They each have 2 goals. It's a race for a hat trick today, Kyle. Foreman hits the ice with the ice monster there.
And Kendra Hensley is having some issues.
It's Hensley, excuse me. I thought it was Foreman.
Hopefully she's all right. She just was having trouble with skating there. new sheet of ice, and hopefully nothing more than a learning curve right there of getting her out there. At least she saw some playing time,
I'm a Maryland boy. She kind of looked like me skating for most of my life.
And a shot there, nice. Yep. Really nice area of screening.
Yeah, but McNally saw that screen and fired it right close to the screen. No way that Garcia could see that from between her pipes there. And that had that been in the left side post, that's in the goal.
Big goose egg up there, and now we got a lost stick there by Marabella Orland, but she was able to quickly get it, and now Manchester trying to get the puck out of the zone, has some issues. It's going to be now.
I mean, this Danahy, that's about the third time she shut the gate at the blue line there, but it trickles across the ice and then gets through the neutral, back in. And now skating, open ice there is Orland. She puts it on the right pad of Gilroy, who tries to freeze it, nothing doing it, squirts wide and goes to the right side, far side dasher board, where running it down there is Lily Hagler. And outside the blue line, crosses through the neutral and into a running clock now. Of course, as we mentioned, we're already to the 11-minute mark. 4 minutes gone just like that.
Great job by Grace Manning not allowing those Raiders to get into the offensive zone.
Yeah, Manning plays well. And there's Marino doing, another good job. When is one line going to gel and create some space and some possession time, and then hopefully fire it in for the Queens, get a ricochet, collect the loose change, and get it on pad or on pipe, and another ricochet. Just give it a shot. Keep trying your game and make something happen. And even though it's running time, that feels good, and you can take that with you. But you're skating against a really good team, and look at the team speed. It's just not happening because they're so quick, and I see strong skating, strong legs, and a lot of power. And Pollard was showing us why she's a captain right there. Just relentless.
Jamie Wester will get the puck, and she uses her teammate as a pick and gets it down into the neutral zone, now into the offensive zone, but taken away by the Raiders.
Yeah, Riley Page tried to force it into the corner, which she should, but it's just, there it is. The back liner's just too much speed, too much strength. Almost a little hook there, nothing doing. Refs are letting it go.
A little slash there by Manning, but, again, we've gone through a total of 35 minutes of no penalties, so let's keep it going.
Danahy was scrapping right there, knocked it back into the their own offensive zone for the Raiders. And then loose puck, bouncing biscuit, usually trouble, but coming up with it is Mackenzie Ray. She wheels, looks at the back of the net, throws it across into the blue paint. Nothing doing. It trickles wide right and back into the corner, and getting some ice time now is Emily Stevens, number 15. They try to get it out to the Queens, can't do it, but here comes Riley Page with some speed, throws it on Cage, and Garcia taps it away to her left, harmlessly into the corner, where it's run down by Danahy. Danahy fires up the ice. Here comes Emily Stevens one more time, throws it off her stick, and it goes behind the goal, ricochets off, and goes to our left corner here, and then up the dasher board, trying to feed it into the top slot is Danahy one more time, and they get a line change. That was a long shift for Danahy, and she made some good things happen, and she gets a breather as she gets to the box. Here comes Page trying to get through, can't get through to the bottom of the slot, goes behind the cage and wraps around, and the Raiders are on top of it, but instantly lose it, and snapshot right is McNally, gets it up and into the glove of Garza, who freezes it. And wow, that was frenetic. That was probably the most frenetic back and forth we've seen all game.
Great opportunities for both squads. I like the way that the puck just bounced perfectly behind Gilroy to get the Queens that could be able to go to the length of the ice with some clean shots.
And I need some oxygen.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were going at it, and you were, you got your color person here to be able to narrate some things as well.
I got you, buddy. It was just nonstop play action there. I tell you, I'm dating myself. The old FedEx commercials, they had the speed talker.
Oh, yes.
I felt like that guy for a minute there.
Micro Machines as well. Back in the day. Yeah, oh. Yeah. He set the world record for the fastest speaking, and we are halfway through this third period, which, speaking of how fast things are going.
And I thought Tom King from the Nashua Telegraph was the New Hampshire sports encyclopedia. There you go. Good job.
My youth is pretty impressive still to know a lot of knowledge.
Bravo, buddy.
A lot of watching TV.
All right, here we go. Maria Rouse getting down the ice, number 23.
Cleared out, and it will not be an icing, so that will give Manchester time to attack. Looks like they're doing a 1-3-1 right now.
Yeah, they don't have enough legs right now.
And skating right through. This
Look at
is
the
Bobby
speed.
Orr-esque.
Yeah, look at that speed. Going to the backhand.
Up in the air, trying to pop it. It doesn't fall in, and now Manchester will take that puck and clear it out.
Gilroy smartly attacked the puck on the stick before she could set up for the backhand. Nice job by Gilroy. You know, we've said that many times.
This will be a penalty. He knew it was couldn't have that clean of a game.
Had to happen eventually, and that's Sophia Lee going to the ice and drawing a tripping call.
Well, we did a pretty good job of getting through almost 45 minutes of hockey, but it stopped at 39 minutes as entering the box has to get the door open first is the issue.
Yeah, it's number 19 who, again, as we've said, she's made some good plays. Not on the roster, at least under the latest iteration of number changes. We'll get that down for you.
We'll get this situated for the next week.
Did they start school up today?
Today was the first day for the state of New Hampshire to be back in session. So these girls obviously have had a nice break away from hockey, and here they are already having gone through a 6.5-hour school day to come play hockey.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. My son's at Bishop Girton. They don't start till tomorrow. Oh, I'll tell you what, rolling in his Phoebe Ballard gets it off the blocker and a chest protector of Gilroy, who freezes it. Pancakes one more time, and it's still it's 110 and counting on the penalty, and we'll have a face-off to Gilroy's left.
You almost wonder if they should stop the puck during power plays.
Yeah, and I've gone through that as a lacrosse coach, and fortunately, mostly it was us up. but you kind of want to try to get some rhythm when you got a running clock, and you wish there were some stoppages here and there, because you can learn, especially with special teams, and you're on your PK, and you would like to have 2 minutes to teach people how to play and get into some sort of rhythm. But alas,
we have what we got here with a 5-on-4, and now some great moves.
I tell you, Mare's a good skater,
and it goes past Gilroy. Oh, it is not going to be counted as a save.
She got that under the pads.
Or is it? No, it's going to be a line change. Okay.
Yep. No, it was another one where she wasn't quite sure that she was sitting on it. And here comes the end of that power play.
Oh, that was an awkward scene right there.
Yeah, we'll redo that one.
Should have been delayed to get back out on the ice until that face-off, but away we are with a 5-on-5.
And with that running time, we are under 4 minutes, my man.
This is really a good attempt here by Manchester trying to make things happen. Now gets it out of the zone.
And seeing some ice time now is Georgia Gaffney, number 5.
Stick work coming in. Now, who are we looking for hat tricks here, Coach?
Well, it could be Olivia Pollard. She's got 2. She wears number 13, so keep an eye. And then the other captain over there is Hagler, number 11.
Hagler will be taking this face-off, and got to wonder if, man, it's going to be a long bus ride. Wondering if you could have gotten that magic number 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't mind so much. The other philosophy is, we're up 6-0. We're in running time. There's not a whole lot kids can learn on the bottom end of that score, and frequently there's not a whole lot you can learn when you're on the top end score, unless you're at your 4th line, 5th line, whether it's hockey, lacrosse, etc. You can get some kids some meaningful minutes. I used to like to pair them up with somebody who had a lot of experience, so your younger players could go out there with somebody who was a captain or had some chops and reps, And by the end of the season, you end up with a freshman and sophomore who are, you know, a little bit more experience, a little more maturity. My old line was, experience is what you get when you don't get what you want.
Oh, that's good. I
There we
like that
go.
for sure.
And going back of the net there is Phoebe Ballard, and you know she's hunting the twine there.
Well, she's got really 120 seconds to make this happen here as the faceoff will come down below us in some ways.
She might have the longest ponytail in hockey.
It certainly is a good size one, and
Yeah.
Mackenzie Ray will be taking this faceoff.
Remember a couple of games ago it was all ponytails, and we couldn't see the numbers on the back.
Something we just have to work with.
There we go. Maisie Angles gets it in deep. It's blocked in center there by Elizabeth Kelly. And now it drifts out to the right side, and Grace Manning throws it up the right side boards. And she gives chase, can't get there. The Manning fans on it, and poking it away is Gabriella Mayhew, who just got on the ice forward.
And Grace should have been called for a hooking there.
That was interesting.
For sure.
Wow, and then we get some physicality there with Manning.
Elizabeth Kelly will get the puck in the corner.
Yeah. Mackenzie Ray, I tell you, Elizabeth Manning, you know, Grace Manning is pint-sized, but boy, she is never backs down from anybody.
Honey Badger.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
under a minute now, Rich, and it's been a pleasure to be with you again.
Always is.
These girls obviously know that this is a game that you can look at and know what you did right and figure out how to work better with things that you did wrong.
Well, I tell you, you mentioned the kind of paucity of practice. All right, we got an icing there, but you know, next up on deck on the 6th is Concord for the Queens, and then pretty interesting trip for the Raiders from Lebanon-Stephens-Kearsarge. They're going out to Beekman Town Central on the banks of Lake Champlain in New York.
Yeah, that's quite a distance there for sure.
That's a good haul for them. I used to live in Burlington, great hockey area. And that'll about do it for us today, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a convincing 6-0 win for the Lebanon squad of Kearsarge and Stevens as well. And for Manchester, like you said, they'll be playing Concord on the 6th, but we'll be back to see them on the 9th against Bedford. And Bedford has been struggling in the girls department of hockey, so this will be a fun one next Tuesday when we see this squad. We will not be going up to Concord on Saturday to see them, so good luck to the girls in that contest.
Amen.
But that will do it for this broadcast here, as we'll be back with more throughout the season. But for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lar, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name is Kyle Heavey from Manchester Public Television, and thank you very much, Rich McDonough, for joining in again.
Always fun,
buddy. We'll see you all again. Have a great night, and thank you for watching Manchester Public Television.